Just talking about the Commanders.
Yeah, welcome back to another episode of the Format Podcast Live. Yes. Got the whole team in the house Sunday morning. Had some amazing NFL action yesterday, but for the most part, the entirety of the main topics of this show today are going to be NBA. We're going to talk about some NBA. I know y'all been feeding for that, but we will briefly discuss the NFL in our quick hits. But before we get to that, Transformer G, what's going on, y'all? How y'all doing, man?
Blessed, highly favored.
There it is.
That's it. Always.
Is it there? It is. That's better than what I was gonna say.
Pull the trump card. I love it.
Y'all enjoying the playoffs so far?
Absolutely.
Yes, sir, man. Enjoying it, man. Wish my pack was in there, but you know it is what it is.
Come on, man.
You know, youngest team in the league. You know, we'll figure it out. We'll get there.
Okay. Pretty girl B2B, you are new. What's going on? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Go Lakers. Okay.
Take a wild guess on who that might be.
I don't know who that might be, but you can click that like and subscribe button. I appreciate you.
She probably already is.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
That's
your favorite little one, man.
Oh, that's what's up, Mariah. What's going on, young lady? I'm gonna give you love for that. Go Lakers because of who your pops is. So that's what's up. All right. Let's go ahead and before we even get started, y'all know what time it is. Let's go ahead and we'll hit the spiel, and then we'll get into these topic quick hits. If you're watching here on YouTube, make sure you go ahead, click that subscribe, that like, that notification bell. Make sure you're kept aware anytime we drop new content on the channel. If you want the audio only version of the podcast, open up your audio podcast platform, hit the search bar, type in The Format Podcast, and we should come right up. If you enjoy the content as you listen, make sure you give us a like, a 5-star review, and drop a comment. All that stuff helps us rise in the algorithm, helps us find more sports fans, helps more sports fans find us. And write it down, put it in your phones, make a note of it. The Format Podcast is live Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern. And finally, if you're really and truly enjoying the podcast and you want to help the show continue to grow, make sure you go ahead, click that join button, join the channel. We're going to have some exclusive content just for you. All right. So y'all know what it is, man. I already said it, man. You know what time it is. But even with that, let's go ahead and let's get right to these quick hits, man. So first thing, man.
Wait.
Pardon me. Okay. Transform. Hey, my bad.
The first quick hit.
Yes.
Is about to be a huge shout out to Bruce, the host of the Format Podcast. The other day, he dropped a lovely, beautiful, just overwhelming, wholehearted, just factual piece of information and love and affirmation, dedication, just pure joy on the podcast the other day. If you guys go back 2 days ago, he posted to live and die in LA. And boy, if you're a Laker fan, Kobe fan, Bron fan, Magic fan, Kareem fan, whatever, you go and watch and listen to that man just speak like he's a preacher on a podium, giving a beautiful sermon on an early Sunday morning. You can hear the organ in the background, just dum, dum. You can hear the choir in the background. Oh, you can hear the electricity, the fire, just the emotion come through the mic and into our wonderful ears. He gave us two. Lord Jesus, he gave us two. He gave us two to listen to that podcast. So guys, go back and listen to that podcast, guys. A tribute from a Celtics fan to the LA Lakers. It was a thing of beauty, guys. I want to give Bruce Hope his wonderful praise. It was beautiful, man. I got no words to express how proud I was of Bruce, man. As a Celtic, as a green Celtic, the lucky charm to speak on the purple and gold in such a fashion that brought tears of joy to my eyes, man. So, man, congratulations, Bruce, man. I'm proud of you. That took guts. It took grit. It took guts. It took grit. And guys, he was there. It wasn't like he melted. He wasn't like the Wicked Witch of the West where he was melting, talking about purple and gold. He stood there in the fight and he kept jabbing at it, man. So that's all I want to say. We can go ahead and get to the quick hits, man. I'm proud of you, Bruce, man. Let's go.
All right, so for those of y'all who don't know, let me just give a little bit of background on that. Obviously, if you watch this show, unless you're new, you know I'm a diehard Celtics fan, been one since third grade. But the point out was here, I wanted to do, as you know, that part of when you guys become members of the channel, you get special members-only content, right? And right now, we only have a couple members. So even before I get to that, shout out It's Not That Serious, and shout out our very first member, Laker Nation. What up, Laker Nation? Shout out to you. And so I wanted to do something special for our first two members, and especially my very first member, Laker Nation, who's always here, always showing us love. And, I wanted to do something special in terms of members-only content. So I thought about it, and I said, what could really be a show that I could do, like really from the heart, and kind of show a little more of me, I guess, on the emotional side of sports, because with my journalist hat, I really try to stay away from the emotional piece. Now, listen, if Notre Dame win the championship tomorrow night,
oh boy,
the piece is going to come back out. But in all seriousness, I wanted to do something just kind of from the heart and show love to Laker Nation, and It's Not That Serious. And I just wanted to make that members only content special for them. And so I thought about it, and I said, you know what? I'm going to do what needs to be done, what doesn't get done often enough in terms of basketball fans in our particular rivalry. And I will go as far as to say the rivalry that built the NBA, that built the NBA, and then brought the NBA back from the brink and, really made it what it is today. And of course, that's the Lakers and the Celtics. And so I said, this doesn't even have to be about the Celtics. I'm going to go about this a different way. And so I decided I am going to do a tribute to the Los Angeles Lakers from the vantage point of a Celtics fan. And why that was important to me is it wasn't even just, trying to do something for Laker Nation, although, that was the biggest point at the beginning. Why it was important to me was on the front of, as much as I love my Celtics aren't my Celtics. Laker Nation, what up, what up? Just talking about you, bro. My Celtics aren't my Celtics without the Lakers. And the Lakers aren't the Lakers without the Celtics. And so, I wanted to pay homage to the greatness of that franchise. And I wanted to pay homage to the greatness of all of the just incredible all-timers who walked through those doors in the Forum. And then, now in the Staples Center, the Link, whatever. I don't know what the name of the damn thing is.
Yeah, it's forever the Staples Center. We call it Staples Center, the Crypt.
Okay, so it's Crypto. Yeah, perfect time in Laker Nation. But yeah, I wanted to pay homage to that, because as much as I, give the Lakers crap and give my boys crap for being Lakers fans, and my big brother, shout out Mark, it was really important to me because, as I said, the Lakers and the Celtics are two sides of the same coin. They're yin and yang, and they are the ones that make each other as great as they are. And so I wanted to do that. And I think it came out all right. And honestly, I ain't even going front here. When I was watching the Magic highlights and making the video, like, I really had to control myself, because part of it is I used to love basketball, especially the NBA, so much, right? Now, y'all know I do a lot of football content. I love football. I love college football. I love Notre Dame, so on and so forth, right? I love the Ravens. But growing up, basketball was my number one love, and the Lakers and the Celtics are why. You know what I'm saying? And even as a diehard Celtics fan, Magic Johnson is my number 2 player all time. My number 3 player all time is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. My number 8 player all time is Kobe. My number 6 player all time is Wilt, right? So, you got 4 in the top 10. However, I'm sure some of you disagree with that list, and that's okay, but that's not the point here. The point is, I wanted to pay homage and show how grateful I am to that organization for what they have done for the game that I love so much. So that's the background of why I ended up doing that show. And, I did that for basketball. I did that for me, and I did it for my guys, man. So that's the background on that.
LA, we did it for you.
No, it doesn't work. Well, how does the song go? I love LA. We love it. I think that was it. All right, that's the last time y'all gonna hear me talk like that. This was the one that really threw me off. This is not going to be a particularly long topic. I just thought it was totally absurd. Long-time Miami sports writer and sports commentator / pundit Dan LeBatard. He really look
because I thought it, but I didn't say it when he typed it. I was like, "That's what I was gonna say."
I've been saying it for how long? I've been saying it for how long? How much it disgusts me. So I'm not the guy that's not going to criticize my team if they're not doing it right. It make me sick with that crap. But anyway, no, he's right. Laker Nation is right. You're right. Sneed's right. Everybody. Yes. It's sickening. Anyway, I'm about to. Okay. So where were we? Yeah. So Dan LeBatard made one of the most absurd statements I have ever heard in the history of basketball opinionism. All right. And I'm going to just play it. It's very quick. Then we'll come back and talk about it. We'll get into a little bit of stats, and then I don't even know. But let's hear it.
Jokic. I don't know if you guys know this, but I think Jokic is still leading the league in 3-point percentage.
Come on.
Like, I think he's the most I think he's making near half of his 3-point shots because offensive basketball has never been played better by anyone playing offensive basketball than that person. And just because you think he looks like a loaf of bread doesn't mean that his advanced defensive metrics aren't also good. You can make the argument that that's the best basketball has ever been played by anybody. Anybody ever, Michael Jordan included.
So who wants to start here? Are you Arthur fading into the bush right now?
I am Homer Simpson fading into the bush.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Homer Simpson.
Yeah, Arthur had the hand. Right. Yeah.
I kick it off. It's fine.
Laker Nation said, "Whoa, play that back."
Yeah, it's 30 seconds. Let's play it back one more time, and then G will kick it off.
Oh boy.
Know this, but I think Jokic is still leading the league in 3-point percentage.
Come on.
Like, I think he's making near half of his 3-point shots because offensive basketball has never been played better by anyone playing offensive basketball than that person. And just because you think he looks like a loaf of bread doesn't mean that his advanced defensive metrics aren't also good. You can make the argument that that's the best basketball has ever been played by anybody. Anybody ever, Michael Jordan included.
So saying things like you can make the argument just kind of negates everything. I can make the argument that I can freaking fly, right? But that doesn't mean that's necessarily true, right? I can make the argument that I run a 4.3 and a 40. I can make an argument about anything, but that doesn't mean that. It just means I'm stupid, right? That's all it means. It just means I don't have a sense of reality, right? To the point where when I say things like advanced defensive tactics,
Metrics.
metrics.
We know
Sorry,
what that
yes. Oh man. So is he a great basketball player? Absolutely.
Yes.
The way the game is set up right now, and I'm not even talking about just from a competitive stat. I'm talking about from a competitive nature. The competition is just not there. And when I say that, like that willing to want to win each game, they lace their sneakers up. It's just not there, right? And that takes away from the game. And until that, yeah, you can have somebody as you say pad stats. He's a really good player, but I wouldn't say
he's a really good player.
Yeah, he's a really good player. But to put MJ in there, I think he did that for sound bites. He drew attention to what he's saying, and he just made himself look like a fool, man. But
what
the GOAT case? That's all I got, fellas.
Jokic is on. I ignored that one. He's on pace to average a 30-point triple-double.
Okay. We've seen that before, but go ahead.
Seen that before. 30-point triple-double. It's currently the second in the league in 3-point percentage.
Okay.
It's about
48%, 47.7, something like that.
Yeah, something 47.1.
There you go.
Even with all that being said, the best basketball ever It's a very, very hot take. Now, this also goes back to, of course, this is an opinion. How do you define basketball to be played? Are you a low post guy? You like guys that play the perimeter? You like guys that play, mid range? You like mid range shooters? What do you like? It goes back to what do you like? Because I can say watching Shaq was the most beautiful basketball as ever played.
Okay.
By his sheer force and way he backed folks down to the down the post and got over him. I could say Hakeem was the greatest basketball I've ever seen from a center who can. There you go. From the footwork to where you couldn't stop any move he made, from the hook to that fake he does with the pivot and the little up and under. Like I could say that's the most best basketball I've ever seen. So I'm gonna let him have his opinion. It's just outlandish when you just say better than everybody, and you put Jordan's name in the conversation.
Included.
You put Jordan included. You could have said best we've seen today. I would have gave it to you. Like, got it. Good. Got it. Best basketball I'm seeing today.
Can't even be that though.
I'm just that's a better argument for me because I can't sit here and say the way Jokic is playing right now is better than King, better than Jordan, better than Kobe. I mean, with Kobe, Jordan, same difference. Better than, Patrick Ewing, better than Shaq, better than what these guys did back in their respective eras.
Ridiculous.
You know what I mean? That's a tough one, bro. That's a tough one.
It's not tough. It's not tough.
No, I'm just saying that's tough to hear. Like, that's tough for me to like, it's tough for me to hear. It's like, what?
I got you.
What's his nationality? What's LeBatard's nationality?
Jokic is Serbian.
No. I know Jokic. What is LeBatard's?
LeBatard. He's a Cuban American. He's a Cuban American. His parents are Cuban exiles. He's from the States, though.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. All right. I'm not going to go too hard here because, I constantly get accused of, being stuck in the past, stuck in the 90s and all that. Cool. Now, as a center, okay, let's do this. Let's do this. He's doing things that we've never seen a center do before. Nino, I see you. What's good, bro? I see you. Hang on. We're going to be done with this topic in a minute. And then you could call in. So he's doing things we've never seen a center do before, but that's because he's being allowed to do things that we've never seen a center do before. And because of, the way defenses is played or not played in the modern NBA. Also, quick note, they keep, we heard Scottie Pippen refer to Victor Wembanyama. We heard, what's my man's name? Adam Silver and Colin Cowherd refer to Victor Wembanyama. Cool. Why are they talking about Victor Wembanyama like we haven't seen him before and his name was Ralph Sampson? Why are we doing that? Ralph Sampson was doing everything Victor Wembanyama is doing. He just played in an era where they didn't allow that for a big. So let's keep that in mind. So, yes, Victor Wembanyama is awesome, but we can't act like he's the first guy who's 7'3" or 7'4" to be able to do those things. Next, Jokic, really outstanding player, right? If we look at the numbers, and this was crazy to me, I actually checked it. He has the highest career. He has the 2 highest single season player efficiency ratings ever. So I get it when Dan LeBatard speaks with such reverence about Jokic's player efficiency. So the 2 highest single season, I didn't check all-time PER. But the point is, we know how efficient he is. We know he can shoot the mid. We know he can pass the rock. We know he can play the post. We know he can shoot the 3. All that is amazing for a guy his size. Now, if we want to be honest, like, you're 7 feet tall and you have, you're European, so you have the kind of varied skill set. Those guys grow up learning all aspects of the game. And so in the past, our bigs weren't playing all aspects of the game the same way, right? So, yeah, he can handle, he can run point forward. But to the point I always ask, these NBA coaches don't make any sense to me because if he's bringing the ball up the court, initiating offense, just get it out of his hands with a guard that'll take it from him. Not that difficult, right? In terms of the 3, you're 7 feet tall, 7'1", and you're shooting, at the top of your freaking height, like we saw with Dirk. That's a 10-foot shot. and you can see over most defenders that are coming out to you. So you just work on that shot. You're going to make a high percentage. Now, are you going to make 47, 48%? No. So he is an outstanding shooter. Totally get it. Great. But why are we acting here as if there aren't two sides to this game? You got to play defense. And I don't care what the advanced defensive metrics say. He's not a good defender. He's just not. Because we see what happens every time he goes another. Thank you. When he goes against a talented big, he can't deal with AD. He can't defend him. He can't defend Embiid. I talk about that ad nauseum. So all that is great. Edward says, I think Bruce, if he wins another title, another finals MVP, he can be top 10 all-time center. No. Let's do this. I'm gonna make this simple. Is he better than Kareem? We know the answer, right? Is he better than Wilt? We know the answer. Is he better than Mr. Russell? We know the answer. Is he better than D-Rob? We know the answer. Is he better than Patrick Ewing? We know the answer. Is he better than Hakeem? And I'm not naming them in order. We know the answer. Like, no, you cannot be that playing only one side of the ball. Being a center.
Because you ain't even mentioned Shaq. So.
That goes totally without saying.
You put them boys in a box. Who comes out?
He's saying yes. Okay, well, cool, Dex. It's all good. But yeah, he's not dealing with any of those dudes. He'd get eaten alive by every one of them. You have to play both sides. You're supposed to be an all-time top 10 center. You don't defend? Nah, that ain't gonna make it, man. He would get chewed up by all of those guys, and all of those guys would lock him up. You know, I always say this is the easiest thing for me. Take a guy who's supposed to be all-time great now, and put, especially a center, and put him in the real big man center era, and he's not getting anything. Jokic should be a 16-8 guy. He might start, but he'll probably be off the bench. He might be 16-8 back in the day. He's not going to be 30, 13, and 10. There's no way. There's just no way. Exactly.
They'll force him to the 4.
Yeah.
They'll force him to have to play the 4.
Right, if anything. And then he still got to go down there and bang paws with Karl Malone and the Davis boys and Derek Coleman, young Derek Coleman, and all those guys. Like, it's not happening. Not important. First of all, Ralph Sampson could shoot the 3. But again, if you notice, not important, I said that what's happening is what Ralph Sampson wasn't doing, he wasn't allowed to do. He had the skill set to do everything that Victor Wembanyama is doing. So that's that. But I listen, I totally get it. LeBatard here was clearly saying something to incite people and inflame them, and he certainly inflamed me when he said this because I thought it was absurd. You guys got anything else to add? And then we'll go ahead take a call or two on this.
Joker would be Dirk. I like that. Dirk is a much better shooter.
I don't think he would be that.
Because Dirk, you put that boy in the post, and it was just it's curtains. But put him out. He would definitely be put in the 4.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yup. Sabonis. Yup. Easy. Good stuff, Laker Nation. Appreciate you. All right, let's go ahead. We'll take a quick couple calls. Let's try to limit it to 5 minutes, and then we'll hit the last topic, which will be brief, and then we'll get up out of here. Y'all can enjoy the rest of your Sunday and the NFL playoffs, and then we'll be back with you Wednesday. But I'll be back with you before that, regardless of the outcome of the national championship game. We lose.
I'll go Irish one time.
I'll be back with you. Definitely. Nino, what's good, brother? How are you?
What's going on?
Maintaining. Good to see you.
Hey, I'm loving the show today, man.
I appreciate that, man.
Go Ravens.
Whoa.
That's the last you gonna hear that.
Whoa. You hear that, G?
Go Ravens.
Nino, love. I appreciate it.
Let's prepare the chat for Eddie. He about to say some crap.
The Steelers out. I gotta go with Lamar.
Okay.
You got a tough task today, but I gotta go with Lamar, baby.
All right, man. We appreciate that, Nino. What you got on the topic, brother?
But on topic, I knew Bruce was going. Hey, I can't see because I'm driving right now, DOC. But
okay.
I felt the fumes coming from your head. So what I'm gonna do is give them because they do that. If you say defense now, they say LeBron, which is everybody know I'm a LeBron fan.
Yes.
He just ain't able to play D now.
Mm-hmm.
So with Jokic, they do the same thing. Talking about what they say, advance something.
Oh, advanced defensive metrics, yeah.
Yeah, but Jokic is a bad boy. So I'm gonna take the defense out. I'm gonna take offensive, and I'm gonna give him some credit. Jokic is playing some of the best offensive basketball I have ever seen. He is tough now. He's tough. He can move, shoot. He shoot threes that I'm like, that don't supposed to go in.
Fair enough.
What you would say that's luck. I like
No.
that's luck. Then he come back and do it over.
No, he can shoot it. He can shoot it, Nino. I'm with you. He can shoot it.
So I'm gonna take out because I know how you feel about your defense now, Bruce. I'm gonna take him out. I'm gonna say he's playing some of the best offense that I've ever seen. Let's go with LeBron, Kobe, all them guys right now.
Whoa.
Now, that don't mean the players. I think that's what he's trying to say. Right now, offensively, he's the best basketball. You can put it up there with anybody. I don't think he's saying that he's up there with them players like all time. I don't believe he's saying that.
Well,
but I don't believe it.
When you make statements like that, that's what you're saying, right? So you can't. But see, this is what a lot of these guys do. They leave stuff to interpretation for us to get on here and discuss it and get up in arms about it. And he got me. I ain't gonna lie, he got me. But
I said Bruce don't like that.
Yeah, no, I don't like that at all, man. I do not like that at all.
He gets away with it because there aren't any other bigs in the league right now, and we see what happens when he does play. Few, very, very few big boys in the league. He gets worked.
That's why I agree with both of y'all about the error. But since we gonna do it, I'm just gonna give him his error, and I'm gonna give everybody their error, and I'm not even gonna hold it against him. You know.
Okay.
So I think he's saying, and I'm gonna let y'all go. I think he's saying offensively, because I don't know nothing about no advanced defense. Offensively, this season, last year, this year, he's playing some of the best skilled offensive basketball that he's seen. And hopefully that's what he's saying, Phil.
So I'm not even mad at that. The only thing I'll say is that's cool, but we also have to take into account the defensive rules. We got to take into account that everything has changed to allow for offensive proliferation. So there's that.
That's a fact.
Yeah. So
y'all,
I appreciate the call, Nino. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you.
Y'all was right on the last topic. Hey, all y'all went hard on that, man. Good topic.
No doubt, man.
Yes,
appreciate you.
Quick question. I wanted to address not important.
Yeah, I wanted to ask him how old he is.
Amazing defender shouldn't be a part of your argument. That's bad as basketball illiteracy.
Yeah, he's 12.
Do you remember?
Go ahead and call us.
When Dwight Howard had to check Nikola Jokic. Do you remember that series? You saw what happened to Jokic? He got wore out. Wore out. Took him out the game. If Dwight Howard can do that, what you think them bros back in the day gonna do? They're gonna just body him.
It's nice.
Once he gets bodied, he gets tired. He can't do anything. Let's go back and look at it.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take this call from Laker Nation. Laker Nation, what's good, brother? How are you?
I'm good.
All right.
I was calling to tell me to call. I was trying to wait to Transformer finish his point.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wanted to make sure you got through.
Oh, okay. I was going to let him finish his point because I wasn't going to address it because I didn't feel like it needed the energy.
Facts.
Well, I like to give everybody a piece of they feel that they're a part of the show.
I understand. That's why you guys are the host of the show, and I'm on this side. I would have dismissed it. Like, I'm not even gonna waste my energy on this because it's just an attention grabbing thing. Because we all watched the 2020 playoffs. We saw what a bad back, 39-year-old Dwight Howard, and old as who else we?
I think JaVale McGee was on there.
JaVale McGee.
I can't think of it. I can't. It slipped my mind. Transform. You know who else? The other center we had over there.
JaVale McGee.
We had
JaVale McGee.
Yeah, McGee. McGee held him in check too. And last year, Cat and
Gobert. Gobert.
Held him in check too. So if you mean to tell me that these three, who are not even mentioned in the top 75 centers of all time, you're trying to tell me that he's gonna hold his own against those guys that we've mentioned earlier in the check? Give me a break.
Yeah, I mean,
that's why I said
it's recency bias, and it's okay. It's just crazy to me. But LeBatard did what he set out to do.
It's only
man, LeBatard.
people that look at that say that.
Agreed.
Because if you literally understand the game of basketball, you know damn well Nikola Jokic, even that good dude from Dallas, can't one hold their own against those guys in the top 75. I'm not even talking about errors. I'm just talking about pure basketball, like like you mentioned, Ralph Sampson. He don't want that work from him. He don't want that work from the Dream. He don't want that work from Ewing. He won't even want that work from Charles Oakley, and he wasn't even a center. So that's just my take on that. But he does good things, with the spacing, at the top of the key, moving the ball. He does a great job for the way the league is now.
Correct.
Because so he does good for the league now. That's why he's able to. He's the engine that moves the Nuggets. But we're talking about. He talked about a GOAT case. Like when you put somebody in that status, you have to talk about everything. You can't be on one sided and be in that conversation. You got to be able to hold your own on both sides of the ball. You have to be a winner, which he is establishing himself as a winner now.
Yeah.
And you got to have the numbers to back it up. And there's only a handful of people that do that. MJ, Kareem, Magic. That's about it.
I got you.
But I did have a question for the panel earlier in the show. And you guys, if you want, you can make this as a topic for another day.
I'm sorry, I just saw the most ridiculous comment. Oh my goodness, that's why I'm laughing. Pardon me. Go ahead.
I might delete that now. I'll give him his freedom of speech.
Oh man.
I'm gonna give him his freedom of speech. But I did have a question earlier because me and a buddy of mine at the office, we had this conversation today. It was not an awful point. It's a legit point because that's basketball. So, I'm gonna say this before you guys come on this show. Open your mouth and say, upgrade your basketball IQ and knowledge so we can have a legitimate discussion. I don't know about Bruce and Transformer and Dino. I don't like having discussions where you're not making any basketball sense. I don't have these discussions on emotion.
I hear you, man. I hear you. But in fairness, we try to give people an opportunity to voice their thoughts and whatnot. And if it's ridiculous, we'll take care of that too. But we try to give people this is a safe space, man.
Of course, that's why it's your show.
Yeah. But I appreciate it, Laker Nation, man. You got anything else for we can move on?
But here's I can't Bruce.
I try to rush you off, man. But go ahead, bro.
Man, he's about to kick the Transformer. He's trying to kick me off the phone right now. But this question is for the whole panel.
Okay.
Transformer, and Bruce, and you, Bruce. I don't matter what order y'all can answer.
Okay.
All right. So, as we know, we're in the social media era right now. And we did the Scottie Pippen soundbite earlier. And I had a discussion with somebody at work today. I think Steve Kerr said before that he feels like Jordan would be better in this area because of social media. I think it was Steve Kerr to say that. Don't quote me on it. I think it was. But My question is his teammate, Scottie Pippen.
Mm-hmm.
With what you know about Scottie Pippen now,
Mm-hmm.
how do you think he would fare in today's social media era?
Jordan?
No, Pippen.
No, Pippen.
Oh, Pippen.
Yeah, that's a great question, man.
We all know Jordan would. We all know how Jordan. How my opinion is, I think Jordan will feast in this social media.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
how do you guys feel like Scottie Pippen would fare in this social media era?
That's a great question, man. That's a great question. I'm gonna let you go. Just hang on and listen to the response, all right? But thanks for calling, bro.
How would he fare?
How would he fare? So it seems to me that we're seeing some mental fragility on the part of Scottie Pippen. So that may really Steve, you might be right. That I agree. Steve says he thinks Pippen would fold, and I think, again, based on what we've seen from Pippen, he may not. Because think about it, right? If he's playing now and he gets divorced from his wife and all this stuff is going on, can you imagine how bad it would be if he was more in the public eye than he is now? I think he would break, man.
An active player?
Yeah. I think
Scottie Pippen Jr. caught slack, and he was a bench guy. He was on the bench when I forget the name of the player who was dating his mom while he was on the team.
I know.
And that was just that was baby Pippen. That was Pippen Jr.
Mm-hmm.
I can only imagine real Pippen.
Hey, Scottie's an 8-time all NBA defensive player, right?
First team. Yeah.
First team.
Mm-hmm.
I think he and they don't play defense in this era right here. Is that a true statement? Or they play defense, but not the way they was playing it back in the night.
Chase the 3-point line defense is different. Yeah,
I think he would murder. I think he'll murder this league. I really think with just his athleticism, knowledge
Malik
of the game,
Beasley. That's what it was.
Okay.
He would definitely go off, and I think that stuff will fuel him. Like, it's hard to say. That's a really difficult question to ask, but if you really look at it, like, some people adversity makes them better, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so what social media does is this amplifies all your faults.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's something that drives you and make you a better person, I think without question, Pippen would probably he'd be a monster, bro. Like, he'd be a monster. Top 5 in this league right now.
All right. Well, there you have it. I think he would break. G says it would fuel him and transform him. What was your thought on it?
But what was my thought on it?
Yeah, I thought you gave your response on it. Did you? Did I miss
I did. I think I didn't give a response to what I think, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm honestly not sure. I mean, if his son caught slack now, and he's on a bench, I can only imagine he's going to catch a lot more as a star player. Like, I think it'll crush him. It'll definitely gotten his mental.
I think so too.
Yeah, it definitely would have gotten his mental. Yeah.
I think that's kind of where Laker Nation is coming from.